Is it just me, or is it beer 30 o'clock? Welcome, one and all, to the K.O.E. Nation for another Beer 30 o'clock review. Today, we're taking a look at another classic American beer, PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon. I know what a lot of you are thinking. Well, surely PBR stands for Phil is a beautiful rhetorician. But no, not today, not today. You're just going to have to settle for the master of sartorial resplendency, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, the one, the only, Phil K.O.E. of K.O.E. Nation on YouTube and Twitch. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and follow. Come on now. So, as we get into this Pabst Blue Ribbon review, we get a couple of folks giving their thoughts on it. We have Tony G giving a full, in-depth review, as is necessary. We have Lynn giving his thoughts on Pabst Blue Ribbon, and also Justin of the Yanked Up podcast giving his thoughts, his reviews on this particular Pabst Blue Ribbon product. So without further ado, folks, let's get right into this beer review. Tony, Lynn, Justin, take it away.
All right, so Tony G here with, this is a classic. This is one your dad, your grandpa, hell, anybody over the age of 50 probably has shitloads of in their beer fridge. This is a PBR, that's Pabst Blue Ribbon, folks. This is an award-winning beer, they tell me, and I'm just going to have to take their word for it. I've never been a massive fan of this, but hey, it is what it is. This is established in Milwaukee in 1844. Old-ass beer, tried and true recipe. I haven't had one in a long time, so I figured tonight is the perfect night to dip my toe back in the yeast waters of PBR. Red, white, and blue can. What's not to love? It doesn't smell bad. I mean, it smells... If you can smell yeast in a beer, it's a little heavy on the yeast, but it does smell like a decent beer. It's crisp. It's fairly clean. It's got an adjacent hoppy flavor to it, which is probably what's turned me off to it in the past. But after trying multiple IPAs that I'm really not a big fan of, this is actually quite refreshing. Much better than I remember it. On a beer scale, it does come off as a little flat for my taste. I'm going to give it a 3.75 on a beer scale. It's a classic flavor, but it comes off as a little flat. And as you can see, I just opened this can. It's not flat. And it came out of my boss's fridge, and I know it doesn't stay long in there. So, yeah, this isn't a flat beer. He likes these older beers. I was going to grab an Old Milwaukee, but unfortunately it was empty. So, now, this qualifies as, goodness,
beer, I suppose.
Yeah, it just says beer. It doesn't say ale or pilsner or any of that. So I'm not 100% sure what they consider PBR to be. So
let us know in the comments.
I'm going to rate this on a classic scale. And in terms of classic beer, which PBR most definitely is, I'm going to give it a 4-star on a classic scale because this is one that everybody knows, everybody's probably had many of. So it hits home in that regard. But in that, I would probably, this is probably a good day drinker if you want to have a setting for it. This is a good beer you could have with dinner. So not bad by any means. Definitely better than I remember, and it's been a long time. But with that, I yield back.
Okay. That's fair.
All right. I got a recap on the PBR portion of Tony's little segment because the rest of the beer I drink tonight is either going to be Guinness or PBR, and that's just because that's what I bought, and I was like, fuck it, that's what I'm drinking. I like to review other different types of beers that I haven't drank, but I've tried everything in my community that I wanted to try, and the rest was nothing but IPAs. And in my opinion, IPAs taste like all the same to me. It's just hoppy as fuck, and it tastes like shit. I don't like it. So PBR is more of a nostalgia thing for me. It was my dad's beer. When I drink one, it reminds me of the first beer I ever drank because that's what it was. The fucking Blue Ribbon. I stole it out of the back of the dad's truck and he had it in a cooler and I slammed one down and I thought, this tastes like shit. Because, it's PBR. It's designed to not taste great. They won a Blue Ribbon in 1893. So that's about as award-winning as it comes. My dad bought that beer so none of his kids would drink it because they didn't like the taste. And he was wrong because I grown really attached to it. Now it's more of a nostalgia thing. It reminds me of better days and former cool times. And I think I'll probably end up with a blue ribbon tattoo somewhere on me at one point in my life or another, along with a Guinness as well. So I'm just saying,
like me?
Yeah, he's got a Guinness tattoo.
Loving beer.
Nice.
Yeah, I love my beers.
I have to correct Mr. Corbett here.
Thing. I found something on here. It's about who you are from the beer that you drink. So I found one, and I'm going to go with Tony on this one real quick, because Tony and Lynn were drinking PBR. And it says,
probably hipster, right?
Guy. Yeah, look, my guy, PBR does not make you different. Yes, you have probably seen a PBR can spray painted in Brooklyn. And yes, I'm sure people that read Vice also drink it. But refusing a Bud Light for a PBR you paid for yourself makes you an asshole. You're not different. You're not special. You haven't discovered the latest trend. You just like the way the can looks.
Yeah, so that's just pointing
my God,
straight
this
to
is-
your...
Boy, howdy,
Yeah.
Justin. Tell us how you really feel. My goodness. And so, folks, there you go. There is our review of Pabst Blue Ribbon. I like the little breakdown there. They're like, well, that's just your opinion, man. Justin had to get in his smart assery, but it was all good fun. We had to. Lynn. I mean, my word, wanting to get that tatted right onto you, that's product dedication. That is dedication, sir. I have to toast that. And Tony, his review of a classic by all measures, by all accounts. But folks, this has been our review of Pabst Ribbon, the Ribbon of Blue. Folks, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us for this review of PBR Pabst Blue Ribbon. It was a great time. We all had a marvelous time getting there, folks. And as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us for our review of PBR here at Beer 30 O'Clock. Please, every last one of you, I want to find you back here, happy, healthy, much the wiser, for another beautiful Beer 30 O'Clock review. Wherever you are, raise a glass, a mug, a stein, a bottle, a can, whatever you got of delicious beer, because it's Beer 30 O'Clock, folks. Bottoms up.